All right, today's lesson, molar volume, and that applies only to gas, okay? No solid, no liquid, only gas. All right, volume occupied by 1 mole of gas at STP, and STP is a standard temperature and pressure, which is 0 degrees Celsius and 101.3 kilopascal. And the Avogadro's hypothesis is that 1 mole of any gas at STP, remember that's important, has 22.4 liter volume, and that is the molar volume of any gas at STP. So the molar volume, 22.4 liter, and for calculation of molar volume, for the most part, you do not change and you do not need molar mass. You just go through and do the conversion, the mole to volume and vice versa. Now remember, you can use it in two different ways. Either you can go through, let me write it up on the side here. So either you can go through 1 mole divided by 22.4 liter, or you can do 22.4 liter per 1 mole, whichever that you want to use. That depending on the question, this would be it. This is the ratio. All right, let's look at the first question. What is the volume occupied by 0.42 mole of sulfur dioxide? This is a gas, G, gas at STP. All right, so let's go through that. We want to know number of the volume. That means the number of liters we want. So number of L, that's what we want, liters. That's equal to 0.42 mole times, and this is the conversion, the dimensional analysis again. We put the mole. We're going to use this one now, right? So mole goes in the denominator because we have the mole in the numerator and the left hand side, and then the liter goes on top. 1 mole is 22.4 liter. All right, that is the molar volume. And now simply you multiply the top and maintain the 2 sig fig. That would be good if you can do that, but the answer will end up being 9.408 liter, or 9.41 for 3 sig figs, or 9.4 for 2 sig figs. So that would be the volume that is needed at for 0.42 mole of SO2. All right, let's look at another example. Here's another example. How many moles of gas are contained in a balloon with a volume of 10 liter? So this time we don't have the moles, but we have the volume. So we're going to use probably the first conversion, 1 mole over 22.4 liter. Okay, so let's go ahead and set that up. So what do we want? We want number of moles. That's what we want. Okay, so now we're going to start up 10.0 liter times, and liter goes in the bottom, mole goes on top. Okay, and we have 1 mole, 22.4 liter. That's the molar volume, and that's simply 10 divided by 22.4 liter, and that will end up being 0.446 mole. Excellent. Simple as that. Again, liter divided by liter. Don't confuse it. Don't make it complicated. It's simple as that. You just write it up as what is it that you want, and then do the conversion using the dimensional analysis and unit conversion. Very nice. Next one. Let's go question number 3. Calculate the volume at STP, again, the liter, the volume, number of liters, at STP for 12.5 mole of NH3 gas. Now, be careful with this again. We don't need molar mass at all. So do not need the molar mass. So don't go calculating molar mass in here. So basically, what do you need? You need the number of liters, L, the volume. Okay, you start with 12.5 mole times, and then you do, again, mole is on the denominator because mole was on top on the left hand side, and then liter on top. 1 mole is 22.4 liters, and then you just multiply through, and what do you get? you get how many liters you need? You need 12.5 times 22.4. That's 280 liters of NH3. That's ammonia gas. Okay, 280 liters. Very nice. Let's look at one more in this for this set. Calculate the number of moles in 85.9 liter of OCl2 and the name dichlorine monoxide, right? If you want to name that compound, the gas. All right, let's write it up. What is it we need? We need number of moles. So 85.9 liter times, liter goes on the bottom, mole goes on top, 22.4 liter, 1 mole. Simple as that. And now 3.83 mole. That's what you will have. Okay, for the dichlorine monoxide gas to have that 85.9 liters of it. Okay, let's look at different types of questions. We want to go from number of moles to number of particles, molecules or atoms per mole, right? And also we're going to go from molar mass to mass of one atom. So we're going to just change back and forth. Now remember 1 mole based on Avogadro's number. Avogadro's number says 1 mole is equal to 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 molecules or atoms within that 1 mole depending on the question. So here's the first question. How many molecules are there in 0.125 mole of that molecules? You start with number of molecules. So here it is. This is what we want. Number of molecules. That's what we want. And that is, we're just going to start with the mole, 0.125 mole times. Now here's the thing that you have to change again. So unit conversion, we want to have a mole in the bottom, and I'm going to use this Avogadro number on top. So this is the number of atoms or particles, right? That's what we want. Or in this case, it will be molecules. So 1 mole has 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23 molecules, okay? And now simply you multiply them and you get 7.53 times 10 to the power of 22 molecules. Okay, that is your answer. Very good. Now let's look at another question. Now remember, again, mole divided by mole. Okay, the unit conversion is bulletproof. If you do it properly, you always divide the unit that you don't want, and whatever is left is the unit that you do want. This is the unit that you want. Okay, always like that. Let's look at another question. How many moles of nitrogen atoms are there in 5.00 times 10 to the 17 nitrogen atoms? Okay, so we have how many moles? So we want number of moles. We want. That's what we want. All right, so we start with number of atoms. So here it is, 5.00 times 10 to the power of 17. That is number of atoms. Okay, that's what it says. Times, now here it is, number of atoms on the bottom, and the 1 mole is on top. 1 mole is Avogadro's number, 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. Okay, and simple as that, you end up getting, this is mole, not the E in there, just be aware, atoms and atoms cancels out, you divide the top, 5.0 times 10 to the 17 divided by the Avogadro number, you'll end up getting 8.31 times 10 to the power of, so the answer is 8.31 times 10 to the negative 7 mole. All right, it's a very small amount. Okay, that's what that is. All right, that makes sense. It makes sense. All right, number 3. Let's go to the next one. So here's another one. A unique carbon atom has a mass of 2.16 times 10 to the negative 3 gram. What is the mass of 1 mole of this atom? This is a very good question. This is a very good question. So what we want the mass of 1 mole, right? So molar mass, probably, that's what that is, right? Okay. And what is that? Well, we start with 2.16 times 10 to the negative 23 gram. Now remember the molar mass, right? Times, and if you go from mole on top, now in this case, you go the number of atoms and the mole. So this is the weight of one atom. That's one atom. Okay, that's the weight, right? So if it's a weight of one atom, so we want to have atom on top, and then we want to have 1 mole on the bottom. And we know that is 6.02 times 10 to the power of 23. That's the Avogadro's number. So the way you set this up, be aware that it says one atom has this mass. That's one atom, okay? So if one atom it has that mass, then for 1 mole, in 1 mole, we have the Avogadro numbers there, the number of atoms in 1 mole. So we can easily divide and look what's happening. Atom and atom divides. What you will get is gram and mole. So gram per mole, and gram per mole is the molar mass. Do the math on that one. You will get 13.0 gram per mole, which is the molar mass. Okay, that's what that is. Excellent. Now let's look at another one. So remember this question here is very important. You're starting with the mass of one atom, and then you want to know the mass, the molar mass. Again, 1 mole, the mass of 1 mole of that specific atom, and you got to use that Avogadro number and the unit conversion or the dimensional analysis in here. One more, and that is the mass of one atom of an unknown gas is that. So we have, okay, the same idea. What is the molar mass again? So in this case is simply we have the 1 point. So we have the mass of one atom is there. What is the molar mass? Same idea as the before. So the molar mass, we have 1.10 times 10 to the negative 2 gram. You multiply that again. Remember, this is per atom. Atom is on top. So 6.02 times 10 to the 23. And that's number of atoms. And that's a mole. And that's 1 mole, and then you just multiply through. And when you do that, you'll end up getting 71.0 gram. And if there is a multiple choice question that gives you different gases from, let's say they give you these 4 gases and says one of these ones will be the answer, but you have to show how, and then you do the calculation of molar mass for each one. You notice that 71 gram is the nitrogen trifluoride. That's the molar mass for that. Okay, don't forget to take the quiz that is in description below, and I put it in a pinned comment. Perfect practice. Make sure check your answers. Go back, review the questions, practice, practice, practice. Check out the next video in the series. All right.